My beloved child, I want you to know that blessings are already on their way to you, and they will arrive at the perfect time, in the perfect way. Sometimes, life feels heavy, like you are carrying burdens you were never meant to bear, and the people around you make that weight even harder to carry. God sees every tear, every sigh, and every moment you've been drained by those who don't have your best intentions at heart. He is working quietly behind the scenes, removing the toxic people from your life, those whose presence only brings confusion, pain, and setbacks. You might not notice it right away, but every door that closes, every relationship that fades, is part of a divine plan. These moments are not punishments, they are protections. God is making space for people and experiences that will lift you higher, not pull you lower, and He is preparing your heart for a life that aligns with your true purpose. You may feel alone during this process, but this solitude is sacred, allowing your soul to heal, your mind to rest, and your spirit to grow stronger. Sometimes, the most profound blessings arrive when we are no longer surrounded by negativity, when the people who drain us are no longer influencing our path. This is a sign that God is clearing the path for your peace, prosperity, and true joy, even if it feels uncomfortable or unfamiliar right now. You may have noticed certain relationships that feel heavy, relationships that leave you anxious or doubtful, conversations that sap your energy instead of filling it. These are the relationships that God is quietly pruning, because He wants you to thrive without obstruction. It's not about revenge or punishment, it's about alignment. Every toxic connection removed from your life is a message. You are meant for more, you are meant for better, and your life is being designed for fulfillment. When people leave, when circumstances change, it may feel like loss, but it is actually gain. It is divine intervention working in ways we cannot always see or understand. The universe is responding to your prayers, your silent cries, and your desire for peace. You may be asking, why now? Why must these people go? The answer is simple. Your season of growth cannot coexist with energies that hinder your potential. God's timing is flawless, and every separation, every removal, is intentional, ensuring that your path forward is clear, unobstructed, and abundant. You might wonder how to recognize the signs of this divine cleansing. Pay attention to how you feel around certain people. Do they inspire you, or do they drain you? Do your interactions leave you hopeful and energized, or anxious and unsettled? God is often subtle, guiding you through feelings and intuition, nudging you toward clarity. Trust those feelings. Notice when doors close effortlessly, when people drift away naturally, when certain situations no longer serve your well-being. These are not coincidences. They are orchestrations designed to protect your spirit and align your life with God's plan. As difficult as it may feel, embrace these moments with faith. Let go of guilt, resentment, or the fear of change. The absence of toxic people does not diminish your love or compassion, it elevates it, allowing you to focus your energy on relationships that nurture, inspire, and bring out the best in you. Even in the midst of this process, know that God's love for you is unwavering. He does not remove people arbitrarily, He removes them intentionally, because He sees your potential and wants to preserve it. Sometimes, He will replace the void left by toxic individuals with opportunities, mentors, friends, or experiences that guide you toward growth and success. This is His way of saying, I see you, I hear you, and I am clearing your life for blessings that you are ready to receive. Your patience, your faith, and your courage to let go of what no longer serves you are being rewarded in ways that may not be visible yet, but they are unfolding with divine precision. Trust the process. Trust God's timing. Every toxic presence that leaves is a step closer to the life you were meant to live, a life filled with peace, clarity, and joy. It's okay to feel sorrow for those who leave, to mourn what you thought would last, but do not let grief cloud your vision. Instead, see each departure as a sacred intervention, a cleansing of energies that were never meant to remain. Your life is being curated with intention, and God's hand is guiding every detail. When you feel emptiness, fill it with faith. When you feel uncertainty, fill it with prayer. And when you feel doubt, remember that what God removes is never a loss. It is a setup for a greater gain. Your journey toward a life free of toxicity, filled with love, purpose, and peace, is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust that. Believe that, and watch how the divine plan unfolds in your favor. As these toxic people are removed from your life, you may begin to notice a shift in the atmosphere around you. Suddenly, conversations feel lighter, mornings feel brighter, and even the simplest moments carry a sense of calm you haven't experienced in years. God doesn't remove people haphazardly. He does it with precision, timing, and love, ensuring that every separation serves a higher purpose. You might have once questioned why certain relationships were so draining or why some connections always seemed to leave you unsettled. Now, in hindsight, you begin to see the wisdom behind these departures. Each person who leaves, each door that closes, is part of a divine reset. God is rearranging your life in a way that aligns with your spiritual growth, emotional well-being, and ultimate destiny. There's a sacred purpose to solitude, a profound peace in the absence of toxicity, and a clarity that comes only when distractions and harmful energies are cleared away. It is natural to feel conflicted when people you once trusted or cared for are removed from your life. You may struggle with feelings of guilt, loss, or even anger. Yet God's work is not about punishment or judgment. It is about guidance and protection. He sees the invisible chains that bind your potential and breaks them by separating you from influences that stunt your growth. Understand that this process is deeply personal, often invisible to others, but immensely significant for your spiritual evolution. As you reflect on your relationships, ask yourself which interactions leave you inspired and which leave you depleted. This reflection is a powerful tool in recognizing God's work. By observing your own feelings and reactions, you begin to understand that every removed person is a divine intervention, making room for connections that will uplift, support, and nurture you. Life feels heavier when negative energy accumulates, but God is continuously clearing the weight so that you can move forward freely, unburdened, and fully present to receive blessings. During this period of divine clearing, you may notice an increased sensitivity to energy around you. Conversations may feel sharper, interactions more meaningful, and your intuition more pronounced. This is no coincidence. God is heightening your awareness so that you can distinguish between energies that are supportive and those that are harmful. Pay attention to the subtle signs. When a person consistently drains your energy, when certain patterns repeat, or when you feel unease in familiar situations, these are gentle nudges from the divine, guiding you toward clarity and discernment. God's interventions are often silent, working through intuition, emotions, and small events that signal change is necessary. Embrace these signs as part of your spiritual education, understanding that every removed influence is a step toward your liberation and personal growth. It may not feel easy, but the path to peace rarely comes without moments of discomfort and adjustment. As the toxic influences fade, you will begin to experience a profound sense of freedom. The space they leave behind is sacred, filled with potential for joy, creativity, and deep connections that resonate with your soul. God is teaching you to cherish the quality of relationships over quantity, to value interactions that elevate your spirit rather than diminish it. The people who remain in your life are there for a reason. They reflect your true self, your aspirations, and the purity of your heart. Every connection that no longer serves you is being replaced, either by silence that allows you to heal, or by relationships that will guide you toward purpose and fulfillment. Understand that the absence of toxicity is not emptiness, it is opportunity. It is God's way of showing you that life can be lighter, clearer, and more aligned with the person you are meant to become. Even when the departure of toxic people stings, even when loneliness creeps in, remember that God is orchestrating this season with divine precision. You are being prepared for experiences, achievements, and relationships that were never possible under the shadow of negativity. Trust that every separation is temporary in its pain, but permanent in its purpose. You are learning to prioritize your well-being, to honor your spirit, and to embrace a life free from undue influence. These lessons in discernment are invaluable, teaching you boundaries, self-respect, and the courage to walk away from what no longer serves your highest good. The process may feel gradual, almost imperceptible, but with each day, you are being molded, strengthened, and positioned to step into the life God has always intended for you. As the toxic people are removed, you may start to notice how much clearer your vision becomes. Suddenly, choices that once seemed confusing now appear straightforward, and paths that were blocked feel open and inviting. God is not only removing negative influences, He is creating space for your growth, for opportunities, and for relationships that will truly nurture your soul. This is a sacred time, a season of realignment, where every change, even the painful ones, carries a profound purpose. The absence of those who once held power over your emotions is not a void to mourn, but a canvas on which your life can be painted with intention, joy, and authenticity. God is guiding you toward environments where your potential can flourish and where your spirit can breathe freely, unshackled by those who once held you back. You might feel discomfort or uncertainty as you adjust, but these feelings are a sign of transformation, not regression. Every moment of tension or doubt is a reminder that your life is being curated for peace, clarity, and fulfillment. During this process, you may also notice a heightened sensitivity to the people you allow into your life. God is sharpening your discernment, teaching you to recognize who truly belongs in your journey. This is not about being judgmental or closed off. It's about protecting your energy, valuing your time, and prioritizing your emotional well-being. Pay attention to how interactions make you feel. Are they uplifting, supportive, and honest, or do they leave you drained and questioning yourself? God communicates through these feelings, guiding you to maintain connections that nurture your growth while letting go of those that hinder it. Over time, you will see that the people who remain are those who align with your purpose, reflect your values, and inspire the best version of yourself. This divine curation is essential because your relationships have a direct impact on your mindset, your decisions, and your trajectory. The universe is responding to the energy you put forth, and God is ensuring that your circle reflects positivity, love, and authenticity. It's natural to feel nostalgia or even regret as toxic individuals are removed, especially if there were moments of joy or shared history. But it's important to remember that a person's departure does not erase the lessons learned or the experiences you shared. Instead, God is using these transitions to teach you resilience, wisdom, and the ability to navigate life with discernment. Each removed connection is a message. You are evolving, and your environment must evolve with you. By letting go of what no longer serves your higher purpose, you create room for the right people to enter, those who will support your dreams, encourage your growth, and amplify your blessings. This is how God prepares you for a life that feels lighter, freer, and more aligned with your true path. The energy you release by stepping away from toxicity is energy that can now be invested in your passions, your purpose, and your inner peace. As you continue to walk through this season, embrace solitude as a form of divine companionship. Even when it feels lonely, know that God is present, guiding you, protecting you, and orchestrating every detail of your journey. In the quiet moments, you will find clarity, renewal, and strength. Your intuition will sharpen, your boundaries will solidify, and your soul will learn to recognize what is worth keeping and what is meant to be released. Trust the process, even when it feels uncomfortable or uncertain, because the removal of toxic people is a precursor to abundant blessings, authentic relationships, and a deeper sense of purpose. God's timing is perfect, and every departure is calculated to create alignment, growth, and lasting peace in your life. You may also notice a shift in how you perceive yourself and your surroundings. As the negative energy dissipates, you begin to reclaim parts of yourself that were suppressed or ignored. Confidence, self-worth, and joy start to re-emerge, reminding you that you are deserving of a life filled with love, respect, and positivity. The space left by those who were toxic is not empty, it is fertile ground for growth, creativity, and genuine connection. God is clearing the way for you to embrace opportunities and relationships that were never possible while surrounded by negativity. This transformation is gradual but powerful, and it is a reminder that sometimes what feels like loss is actually the greatest gift. By trusting the divine process, you align with a path that supports your highest good, your true potential, and your ultimate fulfillment. As this process continues, you may begin to notice the subtle ways God is guiding you toward people, places, and experiences that elevate your life. It may start with small, almost imperceptible changes. Perhaps a friend reaches out with genuine support, an opportunity arises unexpectedly, or a sense of peace settles over your heart during moments that once felt chaotic. These are signs that the space left by toxic individuals is being filled with blessings, carefully placed to nurture your growth and align with your purpose. God is intentional in this work, ensuring that each removed influence is replaced by something that serves your highest good. It is in these moments that you learn the power of discernment, the importance of boundaries, and the value of prioritizing relationships that resonate with your spirit. Every shift, every removal, every new connection is a divine message. You are being prepared for a life of balance, peace, and authentic joy. During this season, you may also notice your own energy shifting. Without the drain of negativity, your spirit feels lighter, your focus sharper, and your heart more open. God uses this time to help you reconnect with yourself, to rediscover passions, dreams, and aspects of your personality that may have been overshadowed by toxic influences. It's a time for reflection and growth, for embracing the freedom that comes from being surrounded by energy that supports, rather than diminishes, you. You begin to recognize that your value is not defined by how others treat you, but by the love, respect, and dedication you show yourself. This awakening allows you to approach relationships differently, choosing companions who inspire, challenge, and empower you, rather than those who drain, manipulate, or limit your potential. It is in this renewed awareness that the true gift of God's removal of toxic people becomes evident. As you navigate these changes, it is natural to feel moments of discomfort, nostalgia, or even doubt. Perhaps you wonder if you were too harsh in letting go, or if you will ever experience the same connection with others. Yet, God's timing and wisdom are beyond human understanding. What may seem like a void or a loss is actually a sacred preparation. Every departure, every ending is meant to clear the path for your growth and for blessings that are aligned with your destiny. It is a time to trust, to remain patient, and to allow faith to guide you. By observing your own feelings and reactions, you learn to recognize patterns that no longer serve you, and to embrace the guidance that leads you toward a more balanced and harmonious life. This discernment is invaluable, teaching you to honor yourself, to protect your energy, and to step into relationships and opportunities that reflect your worth. God's work is often subtle but profound. You may not see the full picture immediately, but over time, the clarity becomes undeniable. Toxic people leave, doors close, and the path ahead becomes illuminated with new possibilities. You begin to understand that every removed presence was never meant to remain, and that your life is being curated with intention, care, and divine wisdom. The liberation you feel is a sign that you are moving closer to a life filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment. Embrace this freedom with gratitude, knowing that it is not just about the absence of negativity, but about the presence of opportunity, love, and alignment with your true purpose. God is orchestrating every detail, and every change, no matter how challenging it feels, is part of a larger plan to bring you into your highest version of life. Finally, remember that the removal of toxic people is also an invitation to deepen your relationship with God. In the quiet moments, when the noise of negativity fades, you are left with clarity, space, and an opportunity to hear His guidance more clearly. Prayer, reflection, and mindfulness become tools to navigate this transition, allowing you to align with the divine plan unfolding in your life. You learn to trust the process, embrace the journey, and recognize that each separation carries a lesson, a gift, and a blessing. The divine hand that removes toxic influences is the same hand that nurtures your growth, fills your life with meaningful connections, and prepares you for the abundance, peace, and love that you deserve. As you step into this new season, you may feel a lightness in your spirit, a sense of renewal that comes from being free of negativity and toxic influences. God is not just removing people, He is making space for your life to expand in ways you may never have imagined. This is your invitation to embrace peace, clarity, and authenticity. Every relationship that fades, every door that closes, and every connection that no longer serves you is a signal that God is preparing something far greater for your journey. It is in these moments of solitude and reflection that you discover your resilience, your strength, and the depth of your own spirit. You begin to understand that your life is meant to be lived fully, without compromise, surrounded by people who truly support, uplift, and inspire you. This process also teaches you the sacred art of discernment. You learn to recognize patterns, listen to your intuition, and honor your boundaries. God is guiding you to be intentional with your energy, to focus on relationships that nourish your soul, and to step away from anything or anyone that hinders your growth. The removal of toxic people is not a punishment or a curse. It is a profound act of love and protection. It is God's way of saying, I see your potential. I see your worth. I am clearing the path so that you can walk freely, confidently, and with purpose. By trusting in this divine process, you open yourself to blessings that align with your truest self. Blessings that are filled with love, peace, and joy. As the weight of toxicity lifts, you begin to notice a shift, not only in your relationships, but in your own mindset and energy. Your days feel lighter, your heart more open, and your perspective clearer. You start to attract people and experiences that reflect the best of you. People who resonate with your values, support your goals, and encourage your growth. The absence of negativity is not emptiness. It is fertile ground for abundance, creativity, and genuine connection. God's removal of toxic influences is a deliberate act, a divine intervention that empowers you to live a life aligned with purpose, faith, and clarity. You are learning that letting go is not a loss, but a gain, and that the divine plan unfolding in your life is far greater than anything you could have orchestrated on your own. Even when doubt or sadness arises, remember that God's timing is perfect, and every departure serves a purpose. Those who leave are not gone from your life to punish you. They are removed to protect you and prepare you for something better. Trust that each separation, each shift, and each change is part of a bigger picture designed to bring you closer to the life you deserve. Faith in this process allows you to embrace change with courage, to step into your future with confidence, and to see every ending as a doorway to new beginnings. The clarity, peace, and joy you experience are proof that God is actively working in your life, removing obstacles and clearing the way for your growth and fulfillment. Finally, know that you are not alone. Even in moments of uncertainty, God is with you, guiding every step and orchestrating every detail of your journey. By trusting Him, embracing His timing, and releasing what no longer serves your highest good, you position yourself to receive blessings that are abundant, authentic, and deeply transformative. Your life is being curated with intention, care, and divine wisdom, and every toxic influence removed is a step toward a brighter, freer, and more purposeful existence. Embrace this season, cherish the lessons, and walk forward with faith, knowing that God's hand is continuously shaping your path for peace, joy, and lasting fulfillment.